Greetings, welcome back to Dragon Quest XI. Today we're going to be continuing on with the story, although we will have to do quite a bit of exploring beforehand, and we're going to start with this region known as Lonalulu here. So make your way here. You can actually get here quite easily by heading south on the world map, and you'll know where you're going because you've got a big pink exclamation point leading you in the right direction, so you can't miss it, let's be honest. Just make your way to the pier, bit of a journey, bit of a sail on the boat, but obviously you'll get there if you stick at it. And here's the map in question. So you can see it looks fairly complicated. There's a few buildings for us to go ahead and explore, such as weapons and armour and items. And there's a save point up north, along with a bit of quest information a bit north of our current location, actually. And on top of all that, there's some stuff we can go ahead and nab, including some sparkly points, starting with the one just on this beach area. So we're going to grab that first of all. This happens to be some wave weed, so nothing totally exciting. But as we head through this next area, then we're going to kick off with a brief cutscene where Sylvando is going to make an observation for us.
Lonalulu, a seaside paradise that Shell tells me is home to the prettiest pals in all the world.
Ooh, pearls!
Bright blue waves, pure white sands, and fabulous jewels just lying on the beach. Truly, darlings, this is the promised land. Although it does seem a little less promising than I expected, where is everybody?
Something's not right here. Still, it's not our problem. Let's just find this Kai guy and get out of here.
Right then, so once again we have control, which means that we're going to be able to obviously proceed with the story if we want to, which is basically hunting down Kai. But before we do that, we can actually go ahead and continue with our looting extravaganza. So we can say hello to Quest Woman over here, and she'll just give us a bit of information. But before we do anything else, we're going to start by heading over to the west side here. There's actually a couple of things we can nab, including a recipe book, I think. So I'll just have a quick look around here. In fact, I'll make sure I know about all the items. Pots. Pots usually mean something of importance. In this case, a dollop of horse manure. Wow, I feel blessed today, I tell you that. In fact, there is a recipe book, but it's not in this exact area. What we're going to do is head over to the next area where the armour shop's located. So just a little bit above where we currently are. And if we go inside the shop here, then there should be a bookcase. Yes, there is. And this will have the recipe book for us that I mentioned a moment ago. And it's called My First Pearly Pieces. Okay, so you can see there's going to be some pearl recipes here. And in order to craft these, we are actually going to require getting pearls. So you can also go ahead and shop at the armour shop if you wish to do so. And I'm not going to bother too much with that, although you can buy some shields for Sylvando and Serena if need be. But I'm not really going to worry too much about it. And now we're going to head into the weapon shop, which is up this next set of stairs here. And there's actually another recipe book. This one's located in a treasure chest just behind here, behind the counter. There it is. So we'll nab that one also. Right, so what you can actually do is purchase a cautery sword from the vendor here, although we've just literally grabbed the recipe to actually create those. So there's no real need to go ahead and purchase that. There is a decent greatsword, but if, like me, you've gone ahead and purchase the one from the casino, then as you can see, this one is going to be a sufficient downgrade. So I'm not going to worry about this either. But if you didn't save up the casino points, tokens, whatever they're called, over in Port of Valor, then you might want to go ahead and look at this one. It could be a decent upgrade for you at this point. Secondly, there's a couple of other upgrades that you might want to look at as well. In particular, the Wyvern Wand is a pretty decent wand actually for Serena if you want to go ahead and purchase that. And the Lightning Staff is also a pretty good staff as well. But I'm not going to worry about any of that stuff for now either, since, to be honest, we're getting on just fine how we are, in my opinion. So I'll save some gold there. So we're going to head back out of the shop at this point. But yeah, if you like having the best of things, then you might want to go ahead and pick up some of those upgrades for sure. Right, so next up then, we're going to head back to the beach, I think. I'll just double check exactly where I want to go here and get back to you. Okay, I've had a good explore, then I'll show you where everything is. I think this is roughly where I made the cut, wasn't it, to the video. So we're going to start by heading down these steps here back onto the beach, as I mentioned. But go around the steps, and actually underneath them, there's, well, actually a fairly well hidden chest, it's got to be said. And it contains 3,000 gold coins, so you're probably not going to want to miss out on that one. Before we head back up the steps, we're going to run to the end of the sandy area. There's a sparkly point we can go ahead and grab. And then we're going to go back up those steps that we just came down a moment ago. Okay, as we come around here, we're going to head down the south of the pier. Right down towards the bottom. And there's a whole bunch of barrels, one of them of which has an item in it. There's only 2 barrels. But even so, an item to be found. A bundle of softwort, apparently. Okay. And next up then, we're going to head over to the inn. And it's important to make sure that the time is set to daytime. So rest up if you need to. But even if you don't need to rest up in terms of health, then make sure you actually change the day to dawn. Or change the hour to dawn. So we'll go ahead and stay overnight, and that should be sufficient there. I will just check it's dawn though to be on the safe side. Oh, we got an accolade there. Missed what it was for. Probably staying at an inn so many times. Until dawn. I think we're okay though. I'm pretty sure dawn is the default anyway. I mean, it looked pretty bright out, so yeah, it was already dawn. Right then, we're going to head back out of the inn for now. Oh, actually, before we do that, something I almost forgot then. There is actually an item to grab in one of the wardrobes. Where's it gone? I did have it a minute ago when I was running around exploring. Seem to have misplaced it. Seem to have lost it. Oh, there it is, look. There it is, 400 gold coins. I knew it was in here somewhere. Right, next up then, we're going to go ahead and exit the inn. And as you can see, just to the east of us is the item shop for the town. So we're certainly going to have a quick venture on inside. There's actually one item that I do recommend purchasing a couple of. Okay, and that's the Thinking Senses, I think it's called. Yeah, Thinking Sense. Okay, so I recommend, because you won't have any by this point, just buying 2 or 3 of those. So they'll come into useful, come useful a little bit later. Just stick those in the item bag. And you can obviously stock up on any other items if you want to as well. Right then, you can also see on the map now, there's a kind of circular building. This is like the bar or the tavern or something. So we're going to head down these steps here. And where all these tables are, there's some barrels to break. One of them has quite an important mini medal. There it is. And now we're going to head back up those stairs once more. And head back towards the item shop area. We're not going back into the item shop, instead we're going into the house that's just to the side of it, over here. Just to the east of that item shop. And inside here is another wardrobe. And inside another wardrobe, another item, this time some aerofoil earrings. So lots of lovely items to get at the moment, isn't there? And if we head up here, Okay, I seem to have misplaced another item. Be right back. Whoops, I think my memory went a little bit faulty then. It was actually the next building. So from the back of the item shop here, we're just going to head up to the building above it. You can go inside if you want. You can actually get some information from the bookshelves in there, but no recipes to be found, so I won't bother at this point. There's 31 gold coins. And then you can see there's this big path that curves all the way around the east of the village. And we're going to follow that. Eventually we're going to hit a point where we need to actually climb up. There's going to be a couple of items to grab, including a seed of defence. So yeah, it is worth coming round here, despite it's a little bit out of the way really, isn't it? Locked door there, so we'll be coming back to that a touch later on. A couple of barrels here. There's the seed of defence I mentioned, and also 100 gold coins as well. And there's actually a sparkly point. Let's have a look exactly the location of that one. Oh yeah, up here. Can be easy to miss, so make sure you grab it. Another thinking sense. You can also have a look down at this point as well at the village below, or over the ocean if you want to do so. Pretty awesome, eh? Yeah, you could probably spend a couple of minutes here getting some pictures if you want to. Get some good angles. Right then. Now we're going to head back north towards the inn. So I'll skip this. See there? So the inn's just over to my right, just so you can get your bearings. We're going to head up north. We haven't been down this path yet. And if we head all the way up, we'll reach a gate, which we can just go ahead and open. Nothing special, in all honesty, about that one. We're going to start by heading over in this corner. And I'll just check. Yeah, there's a couple of barrels here. So one of those contains a sun-bleached seashell, of all things. And if we just pop into the house that was next to that sun-bleached seashell, then there's a wardrobe we can find. I'm sure the occupants won't mind us taking their pink pearl. And if we just look on the map, we can see the church is up north, not too far from our current location. So we're going to head out the east gate here. And we're going to head towards the church. Actually, before we go into the church, we should be able to get something from this house here. So let's go inside. Couple of pots to break, yeah. Bound to be something in those. Yep. One item. Okay, and now we'll continue on heading towards the church. See the children playing.
Look! Auntie's here! The show's about to begin!
Are you all paying attention? Good. Then I'll tell you the tale of the terrible curse that befell our village long ago. The curse of a crafty creature with a face as pretty as a pearl, but a heart as black as coal. Once upon a time, a master fisherman lived in Lonalulu. He caught more fish and gathered more pearls than any of the other men in the village. The mayor of Lonalulu, the big kahuna, was very fond of this fisherman and offered him the hand of his beloved daughter. The fisherman and the kahuna's daughter agreed to be married, and the future of the village looked bright. Until the day of the storm. The fisherman was caught up in a terrible tempest, and he and his catch were thrown into the ocean. As he sank through the water, he saw the pearls he had gathered shining like stars all around him. The light faded, and he prepared to meet his maker. But instead, he met her. A mermaid more beautiful than any creature he had seen before. She held him in her arms and whispered in his ear, "I will give you your life if you give me your soul." Many days passed and the fisherman did not return. The people of the village thought him dead and held a funeral for him on the beach. But just as they were beginning to sing his soul into the next world, he appeared, exhausted but alive. The kahuna's daughter was overjoyed to have her beloved home and stayed by his bedside night and day, nursing him back to health. But the fisherman was no longer the man she knew. All day he would stare out to sea, muttering over and over, "I must marry that mermaid." Then one day he threw his fiancée aside and ran to the harbor screaming, "I must go back to her." The kahuna was furious. He banished the fisherman from the village and burned his boat so he could never set sail again. And so, the man who was once the pride of Lonalulu spent the rest of his days alone on Saikiki Beach, haunted by the mermaid who stole his soul. That's all for today, children. I'll tell you the rest of the story tomorrow.
Mermaids are scary! Whoa! The mermaid's coming to steal our souls! Run!
Aloha, friends. Is there anything I can do for you?
Maybe. We're looking for a fisherman called Kai. Do you know where we can find him?
Oh my! What a coincidence! You must be looking for my son, Kainui. Are you friends of his? I'm afraid he's not here at the moment. All the men have sailed west to fight the giant squid that's been attacking our ships. If you want to hurry things along, maybe you could go lend a hand. Once that monster's dealt with, they'll all come back to the village, sure enough. But be wary, friends. That squid isn't the only danger out on the seas. Don't let a crafty mermaid make you all pupule. I'd hate to see you go crazy.
So we've got some information then. Kai, it seems, along with the rest of the men of the village, are out trying to defend the place from a giant monster that's attacking. And so we're going to go and give them a hand, and that will actually, you know, involve taking on our next boss fight. But since we've gone ahead and explored the town now, I'm going to go ahead and take a break. We've got a lovely save point just up above us here in the church, so a good opportunity to use it. And I'm going to share with you some tips on how to take that fight on in the next episode. It can be a bit of a challenge, but there's a few things we can do to make it just a little bit easier. So hopefully you guys will be able to join me for that. I hope you've enjoyed watching today though. If you have, please do leave a like on this video. That does support me very much. I appreciate it. And come back and join me again soon as we continue on with Dragon Quest XI. Take care everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.